Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at patients who don't have common sense. Yeah, let's just get right into the video. I'm a vet. A few years ago, I had a client bring his young cat in complaining of lethargy. Besides being a bit underweight, the physical exam was unremarkable, so I asked more questions about the cat's diet. Me, what do you feed the cat? Owner, online trendy raw food brand. Me, how's his appetite? Does he finish what you feed him? Owner, yes, he always eats everything. Me, how much do you feed him? Owner, half a cup. Me, once or twice daily. Owner, once every 3 to 4 days. Me, you only feed your cat twice a week? Owner, I believe in a more natural feeding approach, and based on my research, that's how often cats eat in the wild. This owner was slowly starving his cat to death based on some idea he'd made up watching National Geographic. I had to explain to him that domestic cats are not tigers, and that small wild cats eat 10 to 20 small meals daily. Surprise, surprise, the cat's lethargy and weight improved with regular feeding. Is the owner kidding me? Like, are you serious? How are you that dumb? How about we feed you twice a week and see how you feel about that? I mean, at least you're gonna lose some weight, right? Holy, what is wrong with this person? The one that left me dumbfounded was a woman was brought in by her sister for pelvic cramps. Lo and behold, she's pregnant. Sister informs me that she sleeps with the Brazilian construction workers building the condo complex next door. I ask if they have any questions. The patient asked me if her baby would come out speaking Spanish. After a long pause and her sister staring at the ceiling, I told her no because they speak Portuguese in Brazil. Patient seemed relieved and the sister hustled her out of the ER before I could discharge her. What? I'm so confused. What was the point of the sister even saying she sleeps with the Brazilian construction workers? All of them. I don't know if it's all of them, but she did say workers with the S, okay? What the heck? Too much information, like nobody cares. Jeez. You know what though, it's funny because I feel like a lot of dumb people do think that. Like, they think a baby will come out knowing a certain language depending on the race that they are. I used to be a medical oxygen tech, mostly doing in homework. One guy was on such a high concentration that he would have drawn nearly zero oxygen from breathing regular atmosphere. This required 2 heavy-duty machines hooked up in tandem just to keep him barely alive. This was explained to him and his wife with full signed documentation of every conversation. They shut one machine off because they decided it was too loud. He'd take his mask off because he decided it was too cold. She would unplug the hose if she decided it was in the way. So on and so on. Literally everything you could think of that would restrict or cut off his oxygen intake. Then they would panic and call our emergency service when he started to have a reaction to no oxygen intake. I lived not even 5 minutes away, right beside our EMS and fire station, and the call would always come to me to fix the machines at random times of the day and night, 3 to 7 days a week. They refused to call 911 because they didn't want to make a scene. This went on for ages, well over 18 months, until he was having trouble sleeping one night and shut the machines off before going back to bed. It's been years and I still see the wife around town. She always glares at me as if I'm the one who killed him. So the man needs oxygen to survive and he turns off his own oxygen machine? What? I've never heard anyone being that dumb before. What the heck? They explained everything to him and then he's like, the machine's too loud, gotta turn it off. When the machine is the one saving his life. Honestly, I don't even feel bad because it's like, seriously? How are you that dumb? And then the wife would be turning it off too because the hose was in the way. Just walk around it, walk over it, walk under it, I don't know. 35-year-old female walks in with right-sided jaw and neck swelling. I think it happened because I ate some meat yesterday that my body is reacting to. Oh yeah, and I accidentally swallowed a bee and it stung me in my mouth right before this happened. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. The most important piece of information and they left it out. Okay. Saw a chart once where a person came in for a burn to the eye. They told the doctor they read online that warm milk in the eye can help with irritation and the eyes were irritated. So they boiled milk and then poured it in their eye, burned it all. What? So they basically just poured boiling milk in their own eye? Oh. Dude, even getting an eyelash stuck in my eye hurts. Imagine doing that to your eye. What's wrong with these people, man? Like, dude, are you kidding me? Just because someone says online that it works doesn't mean it actually works. Had a patient come in for facial burns because he smoked while wearing his oxygen twice in the same week. How do these people like not remember these kind of things? Like, you think if someone gets burnt once, right? Not me, but my wife, who is a vet, had a client who got mad at her because he didn't realize that once he neutered his dog that he wouldn't be able to breed it. What does he even think neutered means? Like, do your research before doing things to your pets. So you're lactose intolerant? Yes. And you knew this before? Yes. And you drank a milkshake? Yes. What size? Large. The rest of the night was the kid screaming and groaning in the ED waiting room. That's a lot of people though. So many people I know that are lactose intolerant, they still consume dairy. They're always just like, oh, well, doesn't matter. I'll just be on the toilet tonight. My sister told me a story of a woman with chronic blisters and lesions on her lips. They couldn't figure out what it was for weeks. It would heal and come back, heal and come back. Turns out she would jam out on like 3 bags of salt and vinegar chips a day for weeks at a time until the sores hurt too bad to continue, then she'd go to the doctor. Wow. I mean, I love salt and vinegar chips, but dang. I worked ED for 10 years, every day. Every day people come in and it shocks you how they managed to evade death for that long. One of the worst was we had a guy come in. He was a twin. He told us he needed to get checked for STDs because his sister apparently just got one. We of course had to ask if he had sex with her and he said no, but they were twins. So what she has, so does he. We had to educate him that is not how it worked at all. Dang. Dude, if I was the person listening to this, I'll be so disturbed. You guys did it? I had an 18 or 19-year-old girl come in my ER with some complaint that required an x-ray. It's standard that we do a urine pregnancy test prior to imaging on any female of childbearing years. She insisted she'd never had sex and there was zero possibility of pregnancy. We did the test anyway and it resulted that she was pregnant. We did a blood pregnancy test to confirm the result, since she insisted she couldn't possibly be pregnant because she'd never had sex. That was positive too. We gave her a few minutes to herself to figure out what the hell happened, and when I returned to check on her a short time later, she asked me if she could get pregnant even though her boyfriend didn't go all the way in. She 100% believed that as long as it wasn't entirely in her, it didn't count as sex. It took nearly half an hour of explaining reproduction to her for her to understand that whether it's halfway in or all the way in, sperm travel. Dang. Do these people not get sex ed? Like, they don't go to school for that? Like, schools don't teach them anything? The one thing schools need to teach kids and they don't do it. Like, what the heck? Why don't they teach us how to do our taxes, sex ed, all the important stuff in life? What are they teaching us? Pythagoras theorem? Okay. Optometrist here. Patient booked in for an emergency appointment with a raging red eye, clearly very painful. Look under the microscope and the cornea is really not happy. Wobbly reflexes, haziness, the works. Me, what happened? Patient, it's my niece's wedding this Saturday and I wanted to tint my eyelashes to match my hair color and the color scheme of the wedding, light blue. So I used the same dye for both to match the color. Me, does that hair dye contain ammonia by any chance? Patient, I think so. Do you think my eye will be better by Saturday? Will it match the color scheme? Me, unless you can convince them to change the color scheme to red, no. Really? They used hair dye to try to dye their eyelashes? I've never heard of anyone trying to dye their eyelashes. Like, there's freaking blue mascara. Use that. You don't need to dye your lashes. What? Dude. I don't even know anymore. What in the people? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!